Hello, this is Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. Thank you for your time. The purpose of this video message is to walk you through the steps to reviewing your Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption before you submit it to the IRS for processing. So let's do this. First thing you want to do is go to Pay.gov. Once you're at Pay.gov, click on Sign In. And then your username and password should be there because you've already used this site. So click on Sign In again. Once you've signed in, it says Welcome Grace 1966, and that is my username. You can either click on Welcome Grace 1966 here, or you can just click on Go to My Account. So I'm going to click on Go to My Account. Once I've gone to my account, I'm going to click on My Forms. And then I'm going to click on the forms that are saved. So I'm going to click on Saved. And I have two applications saved. I'm going to click on the first one. So when you want to look at your application for recognition of exemption on the 501c3, just click on Continue to the form. Once you click on Continue to the form, you receive the application for recognition of exemption under Section 501c3, the different steps that you've already completed, or have almost completed rather, but you've already seen step one before you began. It just tells you all about the form. So I'm just going to scroll down because I don't need to read that again. I've already read it. I'm going to click on Continue to the form. Now, this is where I want to start talking about reviewing your application and how you should do it before you submit it to the IRS for processing. Your application has 12 parts. The application for recognition of exemption has 12 parts. This is part 1 of 12, which is identification of applicant. So you want to just read every single line on this first page to make sure that everything is accurate. Every single field, I should say, rather than line, I should have said field. Read every single field. Now, if you have questions about whether or not you answered the questions correctly, you can always click on See Instructions. I'm going to click on the See Instructions link here. And that link will display the instructions for Form 1023. So you can always come here and locate the information that you have questions about to get clarification on what you should be doing or how you should be answering that question. Now, the next thing you want to do, another thing you can do is you can hover over the question mark icon. And when you hover over the question mark icon, it tells you how to answer that question. So for example, I am hovering over full name of organization, and it just simply says, enter your complete name exactly as it appears in your organizing document, including amendments. And all it's saying here is your organizing document is the document that you submitted to the Secretary of State's office and got approval to file your articles of incorporation. So whatever name you use for that is a name that you would enter here. But once again, I'm just showing you how to review your application before you submit it to the IRS to make sure all of the fields are accurate. So everything is accurate on this page. I'm going to click on Next. And you will continue to click on Next throughout each page of the application after you have confirmed that the information in each field is accurate. So continue clicking on Next until you get to the end of your application. But I can't emphasize enough the importance of reading each field. Each field, read them again, read the information again in each field, and make sure each selection, like here with the buttons rather, make sure every button that you select is the correct one. Because once you've processed your payment, you cannot go back and make changes. And you don't want to submit an application to the IRS for review that's not accurate. So now we have come to part 12 of 12 of the application, and it is, I'm sorry, page 12 of 12, which is part 10 of the application, and it's the signature page. So this is where you would sign saying that you declare under penalties of perjury that I'm authorized to sign this application on behalf of the above organization, and that I have examined this application, and to the best of my knowledge, it is true, correct, and complete. So, and then you want to check the documents or the items that you plan to include with the application for review. So everything that's on the checklist here that you want to include in the application, you would check it and then you would click continue. Now, since you've checked documents that you plan to include in the application, then you will have to attach those documents with the application. So, for example, um, let's say you want to include all of your supplemental responses, which are 7 documents. So, in order to include 7 documents, or however many documents you need to include, you would need to merge them into one document, because this application only allows you to upload one document. So you will have to merge them into one, and then you would attach that one document here. Now, the size of that document cannot exceed 15 megabytes, and a document must have a PDF extension. So you will have merged all of your documents into one, saved them as a PDF, and made sure that they don't exceed 15 megabytes. Then you would select the document and attach it to the file. And I've done that here. And this is just a fake document, just for an example. But this is a document that I uploaded just to show you how it would appear. Now, if when you click on a document that you upload, you will be able to see the document. And so you can scroll through those documents. Let's just pretend that these are the documents. You would scroll through the documents just to make sure that they are also accurate before you upload to the IRS. When you are happy and everything is fine, then you click on the next button. And this is where, on this page, is where you would choose how you're going to pay the amount. Now, since I use the Form 1023 standard version, the amount is, the processing fee rather, is $600. So I need to decide how I want to pay the $600. Is it going to be a bank account or is it going to be a debit card? So you make the selection and then you click on next. And then you just complete the information to process your payment. I chose the debit card, so of course I get this page. But had I chosen the bank account ACH version, I would get a different looking page. You see? But whichever method you choose, you complete this page to process your payment, and then you'll click review and submit payment. Once you've done that and your payment processes successfully, then you will get a payment receipt. Make a copy of that payment receipt. If you have to do a screen grab or however you choose to make a copy, but you want to keep a copy of that payment receipt for your permanent records. The IRS asks for 6 months to process an application packet. Sometimes it doesn't take that long. Sometimes it takes longer than 6 months, depending upon the type of application you are submitting and the complexity of it. So just be aware of that. And also be aware that sometimes your IRS exemption specialist will reach out to you because you're going to be assigned one person. That's the good news about processing an application through the IRS, a Form 1023 application, is because you're going to be assigned one exemption specialist, one person to work with. And there are times when they will reach out to you and ask for additional information. Be sure to respond to those requests before the deadline, because if you don't, then the IRS is going to assume that you've chosen not to move forward with your application packet, and they would just discard it, and then you would have to start all over again, including paying the fee again. So again, this is Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. I wanted to walk you through the steps to reviewing your Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption one more time before you submit it to the IRS. Thank you so much for your time. My website is trustsusanwoods.com. Have a nice day.